Right, Jack. So we're looking at power chords then. So as I was pointing out to you, a huge amount of punk music, well, rock in general, I suppose, but particularly punk music, is made exclusively out of power chords. So as I was saying, like if you can master just dragging that particular shape around the fretboard, you can almost play entire Green Day albums literally with just that. With not too much in the way that's not too much stuff that isn't power chords. So we'll just go over how to play them again. So your bass note is either, generally speaking, either going to be on the 6th or the 5th string, okay? So for example, Welcome to Paradise was one of the examples we used, right? So that's going to start on the 7th fret on the A string, right? And it's always bass string, and then on the next 2 strings down from that, you're holding it 2 frets up from that, okay? So in this case, it's going to be 9th fret with your 3rd and little finger. Now, it's important as well that you're able to strum the whole thing, but only hear the 3 strings that you're actually holding down, okay? So the way to do that there is the way I do it anyway, is just hold the first, or the bass string down with your first finger, in such a way that it's touching the 6th, okay? So that's one way you can do it, okay? Now another way is just get the middle finger and just lay it down. But remember to be careful not to put any pressure on it, because you don't want, okay, that's all you're after, okay? And as for the 1st and 2nd strings, here, just lie your first finger across it. Again, now, it's not a bar chord, okay? It's just that you're lying them down on it without any actual pressure, just making contact, okay? Now, as another thing to keep in mind is that your 3rd finger will tend to end up down here. Okay, right, so just not a whole lot you can do about it because, your little finger's in the way, but just keep it kind of shoved up as much as you can. Okay, so that's the one on the A string, okay? So for Welcome to Paradise, we're hitting that 1, 2, 3, 4, down 2 frets, and make sure that it's that you hold the shape firm, okay? You can't let that happen. As you're dragging the chord around, it can kind of sag a little bit, so just keep that shape firm. All right, 2, 3, 4, down 2 frets, and then up a string, okay? So this one, bass string is on the 6th string. Now this one's a little bit easier, right? Because you don't have a string above this one to have to mute, right? You just start off here, same deal here, next 2 strings down, 2 frets up, and now you just got these 3 strings to mute all with your first finger just by laying them down like that, okay? So okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Welcome to Paradise and Blitzkrieg Bop, which is basically Welcome to Paradise just backwards. Well, I think it's probably more correct to say that Welcome to Paradise is Blitzkrieg Bop backwards, given that came first. But anyway, so Welcome to Paradise first. 2, 3, 4. All right, and if there's a little bit of air in between the chords like that, as long as it's not too slow, that's no big deal. And just notice the strumming there as well. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1. So you da 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 up. So you hit this one on the up. Da 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 up. All right, and then back to it. Okay. Blitzkrieg Bop next then. So this one is just the same thing, just in reverse. So we're starting on the 5th fret on the 6th string. Oh, by the way, one little thing. If you want to play along with Welcome to Paradise, do exactly as I did there, but down a fret, because that's where they put it, but they tune the guitars down by the value of 1 fret or 1 semitone, okay? So what it actually sounds like is this. Okay? But anyway, so Blitzkrieg Bop, and same rhythm, that da-da, 1, 2, 3, 1. So da-da-da, up. Okay, so you're hitting that last chord on an up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So another thing we did then was Boulevard of Broken Dreams, which of course is not power chords, it's regular basic chords, which, you know, I want you to keep those up as well. Because they are, you know, they really are the most important thing. They're kind of they're foundational. You know, you really can't go without them. So the chords are for the verse, for the intro and the verse. Now, again, if you want to play along, get yourself one of these. Okay, so the way it's done on the album, I think what they do, again, they always tune down by a half step. Green Day, right? So I'm pretty sure what they do is tune down by a half step and then bring the capo up too. But since we're not tuned down by a half step, we're just going to bring it up by one. So if you want to play along with that, once you get a capo, stick it on the first fret and do exactly the same thing. But for now, we'll get rid of that and just go through them. So verse, I gave you the chords to that anyway, okay? So it's E minor, G, D, A7. Okay, A7 is just this shape that you have with D with these first two fingers jumped up a string. Okay? I don't really know. I'll just hum the melody. I don't really know lyrics. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the chorus is C, G, D, E minor. 3 times, and then it's C, G, and this new one, B7. Okay, a bit of a mouthful here, right? But you're coming at it from a G, okay? So that means that you can just take these two fingers, they're not in the right place, but they are in the right shape relative to each other, okay? So you can just move them like, kind of like a power chord, like, you know, move them as if they're one solid object down here. 2nd fret on the 5th string, 1st fret on the 4th string. Then 3rd finger is on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Little finger is on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. Okay, so I'll just do that then. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so plenty to be getting on with there. So power chords, and remember, don't just stick to Welcome to Paradise. Just get that shape and drag it around the fretboard. Doesn't matter where you put it. Random, doesn't matter. Just get used to. Obviously, you know, doing something that actually makes sense is a better option. But just explore with it. You know, you got Iron Man even. Try this one. So, all on the A string, I'll just tell you which frets they're on, okay? So it's 2, 5, 5, 7, 7, 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, 5, 5, 7, 7. Okay, so maybe get used to Welcome to Paradise first and give that one a go then later on. It's all about just getting used to dragging that particular shape around the fretboard and hopping it up between strings as well, and just doing that as fast as you can. Okay, so keep it up. We'll talk to you next week.